Welcome to Deep Thought. Every moment is a learning experience. Every single moment. Now, in the previous episode, I talked about your inner voice. Now, whether you want to call that inner voice your subconscious or your spirit, remember, one of the things that it pulls on is that every single moment is a learning moment. Every single experience, every single person I talk to, I learn something, even if it's a brief experience. One of the things that I would say I can do very well is read people. I can read it very well. But here's the secret to it. One is listening to my inner voice. One is dealing with that type of person or dealing with that type of situation, no matter what. I always said, you can't get me the same way twice. You can play me once. I'm not gonna lie, you can play me once, but you can't get me the same way twice. Because I learned the first time. Every single moment, you wanna learn from it. Every single moment. As you are walking outside, as you see stuff, as you talk to people, you want to learn from it. You want to learn from it. And that's not just in a classroom setting. You definitely want to learn there. But it could be dealing with people in public. It could be going outside, cutting your grass. You might see something. You might see something. I remember when I had this house and I had to cut the grass. And we had some critters in the yard. But I learned the critters, they'll find their own way. We had a groundhog that was just hanging around. And I remember one time I was cutting the grass, I had a baby rabbit, had a little bunny. But I learned, I was like, oh, okay, when I'm cutting the grass, I gotta be very careful what I'm doing out here. I learned from that. Driving a car, I learned from that. Learned to fix different parts of the car when I didn't have money. Learn from that. Learning as I'm doing this. Even how the videos might look. I'm learning. Every single moment, you bringing it in. It's kind of like you're recording it. You're a computer, so to speak. You recording it. Your subconscious is recording it anyway. Subconscious, spirit, whatever term you want to use, you're recording it. Indeed, that's why you can have an intuition about things. Because you're like, oh, I've seen this before. Because let's say with people, you're supposed to learn how to deal with people. You're supposed to pay attention every single person you deal with, every single action that they do. You're supposed to learn from that. And you're supposed to benefit from that. That's an experience. That's a learning experience. Indeed, I'm known for talking about relationships. Every single relationship is a learning experience. Let me use that for an example. Every relationship is not supposed to be the final relationship. Indeed, a mentor had said, when we get out of a relationship, we should have a party because we should be able to move on as a better person. Unfortunately, you have a lot of people, they don't learn from it and they'll make the same mistake over and over again. But if you dealt with a certain type of person, you learn something, it's like, oh, okay, this is what I learned. Then you take that into the next relationship. See, one of the things is every moment's a learning experience because regardless of your faith, and I'll give a little bit about my spiritual path, just a little bit, believe in evolution. And not like that evolution that's promoted, that science, we came from some lower beings, not that type. Every single person should become a better person than they were the day before. They should be spiritually evolving, mentally evolving, no matter what. Like one of the evolutions, no matter what. Now, I'm very open about talking about the medical emergency that I had. But I've actually evolved because one of the things I've had to do is pay attention. I had to be more in the moment because I'm still not walking at 100%. I'm still not walking, still not moving. I have to pay attention to even how I eat. I have to pay attention. I have to pay attention. But that's actually an evolution because I actually have to stay in the moment more. And I was thinking about that as I was just walking up the steps one day, yesterday really. And I was like, I had to pay more attention. I have to pay more attention because I was feeling some pain in my knee. And I was just like, oh, okay, I have to pay attention how I'm walking. I have to pay attention to every little thing. But that's actually an evolution right there. That's actually a learning experience. And I was able to, do some stuff. I was able to walk better later on. But that's the thing. That is the thing. I don't care what it is. When you're dealing with people, when you're dealing with circumstances, when you're on a job, you have to learn. When you out here walking, you have to learn from it. I remember it was a long time ago when I was young. I was in D.C. and I was about to walk. It was a back way. It was near Taylor Street Bridge in Washington, D.C. And I was walking someplace. It was kind of like a back alley. But some guy got out of his car way ahead of me. And I was like, okay, I know the experience here. You got to watch that. Went the other way. But that was a learning. I didn't get robbed or anything else that could have happened. It was all that learning experience. Going through life, you have to realize that every single moment, everything. And it's tough. It's tough because a lot of times when we're going through the world, when we're moving about, we half asleep. We really are. We really are. I was thinking about that driving one day. I was just like, you know what? I'm half asleep, but I'm driving. And there was one time, let's just say I wasn't feeling the best, but I had to drive over my co-parent's place for an emergency. She was having an emergency. But I wasn't, let's just say I wasn't in the best, but I was able to get over there easy because I wasn't flowing to the same extent. I didn't have to be like real awake and conscious. I was half asleep. But because I had gone over there so much, I was able to do it. But one of the things, that was good in that case, but most people are sleepwalking. Most people, if you really pay attention to people, most people are sleepwalking. Most people aren't paying attention. They're not being in the moment. One of the things is you want to try to be in the moment. Everything. Every little thing. And I pay attention to little things. Pay attention to little things. You might not think much about it, but you never know. You never know when it can serve you. Pay attention to nuances when you deal with different people. You never know when that could serve you. You never know. Every moment is a learning experience. I want you to think about that, okay? So, anyway, that's all I have. I'll see you on Sunday morning. Peace and blessings.